to your practice today. The next 45 minutes we'll be doing a gentle and beginner's class. Even if you're an advanced practitioner, it's always nice to slow things down. We'll be working on different things or different poses to stretch and strengthen not only the hips, but the legs in general. So before we begin, during these gentle beginners classes, I've been using 2 cans. These are large cans of peeled plum tomatoes that I'll be using for dinner later tonight. But I'll be using these instead of blocks. So know that there are objects in your house to use other than your traditional yoga blocks, because not everyone has that. So if you want to take a moment, pause your video, go grab what you need, and also definitely a blanket so you can cushion your seat and maybe pad your knees. So take a moment, grab what you need, and then come back to me. And so as we begin our practice, the first thing that we like to do is to settle into our body. And we'll do that with some seated breathing. So I have my hips elevated on a blanket, kind of folded up into a nice thick support, and placing that right underneath my sits bones, right, the base of the pelvis. And you're going to sit in whatever feels comfortable for you. So it could be just simple cross-legged. If it feels too much to stay here, maybe have your legs extended out. Just find something that feels right for your body, at a place where you can feel like you're just ready to settle into your practice, your body, your breath, and your mind. So grounding through the hips, crowning the head, lifting up towards the ceiling. Be conscious of the shoulders drawing down the back. And you can feel as the shoulders drop down, feel the energy of the crown of the head and the spine lifting up towards the ceiling. So our seat is nice and supported, nice and strong, but also has this subtle balance of ease and simpleness, if that's a word. Okay. We want to make sure the chin is about parallel to the floor. Okay. So you might bring your hand underneath your chin, right? Push the chin down into the hand. So this way we know that the crown of the head is lifting right up towards the ceiling. So we've taken the time to establish our body in this seated posture. And now take a few moments to just recognize the breath. So we start to follow the breath. And stepping back and looking at how the breath has arrived. And as we step back and look, and we use that word observation, there's no judgment attached to that observation. We just look. And let's actually place one hand on the upper chest right below the collarbones, and one hand to the lower belly just below the belly button. And we can feel where we're placing the breath within the body. Feel which areas of the trunk are moving as you breathe in and out. And now we're going to transition to just breathing in and out through the nostrils. So feel the breath flowing in and out through the nose. And now we'll start to direct the breath right into the upper chest. So try to let that belly be pretty stationary as you breathe in through the nose and fill up the upper chest. Top hand rises, and then as you exhale, let the chest drop. Inhale through the nose into the upper chest lifts, pushing into the top hand. Exhale, let it drop and recede below the hand. Inhale through the nose into the upper chest. And exhale, let it drop. And now we'll add this other element of, we call it Uddiyana Bandha, which is a big word for saying drawn back of the belly as we breathe out. So breathe in through the nose into the upper chest, feel the upper chest lift, the chest pushes into the top hand. And as you exhale, I want you to draw your lower part of the belly back towards the spine. So there's an engagement of the abdomen as you breathe out. And then at the base of the exhale, breathe in through the nose into the upper chest. Exhale, belly draws back. Feel that lower belly drawing back and scooping up towards the rib cage. Inhale through the nose into the upper chest. And exhale, let the belly draw back. Breathe in this way a few rounds on your own. And try not to feel really rigid. That drawn back of the belly is something that takes a little bit of practice to, so it feels a little bit more easeful. But try not to be rigid as you're doing this. And if it feels really rigid and constricted, just be aware of the breath. Try to breathe into the upper chest. Right? Try not to constrict the body too much. And then we'll let the hands drop. Let the eyes blink open, and you can keep the hips elevated on this blanket. Let's first send the legs out in front of us, give them a little shake and a rock. Okay? And then you're going to take the legs in a wide diamond. Okay? And the hands are going to come around the shins. And if you feel like your knees are up really high and it feels, not too great on the hips or just feel very restricted, use your hands, prop yourself up underneath your thighs. Okay? Maybe underneath your knees if that feels better. Or just let them be. Just take a moment here to breathe, and sometimes we have to tell the hips to relax and just be in this configuration. So feel that out. On the exhale, release any sense of tension in the hips. And then we're going to find cat-cow here, so this movement of the spine. So we're going to grab hold around the shins, and on the inhale, lift the chest up, bring the shoulders back, open up the throat, and then on the exhale, draw the belly back, draw your lower ribs back, round off, you're going to catch yourself on your knees. And inhale, lift the chest up, shoulders back. Exhale, belly draws back, rounding off, shoulders come forward, chin to chest. Inhale, chest forward and up, shoulders back. Exhale, rounding off. Keep doing this, right? So when we inhale, we lift the chest. We find a little arch to the spine. As we exhale, we round off. And if you feel like you're inhaling when you should be exhaling, or vice versa, it doesn't matter. Just be aware of the breath. Be aware that you're breathing. And then come to sit tall. You're just going to slide your right hand underneath your right calf. Take your left hand to your chest, push your chest into your hand, and let that left arm roll back. So there's like this arm is locking a little bit. You can even maybe push that elbow down into that inner right thigh if it's there, right? If not, then you just stay right here. Lift up through the spine. And then you'll come back to center and you're going to switch. So you're going to thread that left forearm underneath the calf. Okay? The right hand's going to come to the chest, and then you'll lift the chest into the hand, let that arm roll back. And then if this elbow's free, you might even push into that left leg a little bit. Lift up through the spine. Gaze up towards the ceiling. And then come back through to center. Okay, so from here, let's just scoop the legs up. And you're going to wind up on hands and knees in the right orientation of your mat. I'm going to actually start out by facing you. Okay? And if it feels better for you underneath your knees, pad them with the blanket. That's what it's there for. So as you come to center, align the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to step our right leg out to the side. And so you can turn the toes out to the side. They can be at a 45-degree angle, right? Whatever works. Right? It doesn't really matter. And you're just going to start to make some hip circles. And so the shoulders get involved, obviously, because they're coming forward and back. And we're just starting to move the hips to open up. Not only the right leg, but the left leg is doing the work to move the body. So feel that out. Then go in the other direction. Good. And then you're going to come to center. I'm going to switch my direction now. Okay. Come to center. Send your right leg behind you. The toes are tucking. And then you're going to use your ankle to push yourself forward and back. Right? And do this slowly so you can feel, right, the body working, the ankle working, right, the stretch. I love the stretch in the calf muscle when my heel goes back. Right? And then you're going to stay there. So you're going to stay with that right heel reaching back. You can push into the hands, and then the energy of the chest lifts up and forward. Right? So the energies have to move in opposite directions to find space and length in the body. Feel that out. Notice the space in the back of the leg. Okay, and then let's shift forward. Shoulders come over wrists. You're going to lift your right leg up. And now bend the knee, stack the hip, and now you're going to make circles with this leg. Right? And I'm going to just show you on my left side right now. Right? So you just see it. So we're continuing to open up this hip joint. And then go in the other direction. Good. And then you're going to find stillness, send your right leg behind you, and then help the right foot in between the hands. So I'm going to get my right foot there. Help it there any way that feels right. You might even slide that left knee back a little bit, and we're just going to straighten out the right leg. So here you might use your cans around that right leg. Okay? So bring the floor up to you and lift and lengthen the spine, look forward, and then fold down over that right leg. And pull the hips back. Keep the right foot flexed. And if you're, if you can't come very low, just as long as the heart reaches forward and the hips reach back, you're going to find opening in that leg. Breathe into that. Good. And then bend the knee. Flatten the foot. Tuck your back toes. Come off the back knee. And so now you're going to reach your left heel back. Start to feel the opening in the back of the left leg. Okay. Hug in around the hips. Right? So you're really going to need those blocks to lift yourself up. Give yourself some support. Hug in around the hips. Pull the right hip back. Just feel the strength of the leg. And I just want you to let those fingers dangle now. And you can feel that right thigh working here. Okay, so to keep healthy joints, not only do we have to stretch, we have to strengthen those muscles too to support the joint. Okay, stay here, another inhale, and then exhale, just bring your hands down, bring the knee down, step your right knee back, and you're just going to wag your tail side to side. And then we're going to set up the other side. So you can move your cans out of the way. I mean, again, going to face you. Hands on your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You're going to set your left leg out to the side. So toes are either going to go out or the toes are going to point forward. Doesn't really matter. And you're going to make those circles. And part of this process of practicing yoga, or really any movement, is understanding how the body works. And we don't really need to know it on that gross level or that academic level, but understanding, oh, I'm feeling this in my right leg. Okay? I'm feeling it in my right hip doing some work. I'm feeling my left leg doing some work here. So that's part of this process. And then coming back to center, I'm going to face the other direction. The left leg goes out behind you. Okay? Tuck the toes, and you're using your ankle muscles in the ankle joint to push the body forward and back. And we're getting that stretch in the back of the left leg, feel it all the way down to the calf muscle. And then you're going to find stillness. The heel reaches back, hands push down, heart reaches forward. We feel this line from the back of that left ankle all the way to the heart. And then shift the shoulders forward, the left leg lifts up, bend the knee, stack the head, and then big circles with this left knee. Open it up. Okay, and then go the other direction. And then square out. Send the left leg behind you. And then however you can, you're going to step that left foot in between the hands. Help the foot there. Get it there. You're going to slide that right knee back just a little bit. Grab your cans. And then straighten your leg. So we straighten the leg. The right hip is aligned about over the right knee. The cans become this extension of the arms. Lengthen the spine. Look forward. Pull the hips back. And then fold down over the left leg. Okay, and we want to make sure this left foot is flexed. And now it's going to create a lot of space in the back of the leg rather than having the foot be relaxed. So curl the toes up towards the head. Send your sits bones back. And then come to look forward. Bend the knee, flatten the foot. So walk those hands forward. Tuck your back toes, come off the back knee. So we're in this runner's lunge. Hug in around the hips. Send the heart forward. So feel the energy of the right heel reaching back. Back knee, we want to lift up on the kneecap as much as you can. My back leg is straight. That might not be for you today. That's okay. You reach the heart forward, and then you're going to push down into that right foot. Feel those quad muscles activate, and then the fingers dangle. Feel that. Breathe here for 3. Nice deep breath. So you can draw that belly back. 2. And 1. Hands come down, and now we're going to step to the top of the mat. So feet, take them a little bit, take them about hips distance apart. Knees can be soft. Hands can come under shoulders, onto those hands, look up, and then fold in. And while we're here, let's shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Make sure we release any tension there. And then consciously bring weight a little bit more towards the balls of the feet. And notice how that opens up the backs of the legs just a little bit more. And then bend the knees, root into the feet, sweep the arms all the way out and up. Touch palms, gaze up to the thumbs, and exhale, release the arms. Okay, I'm going to move my blanket off the mat. We'll do some standing poses here. So feet are about hips distance apart, shoulders back. And inhale, just lift the arms up to the sky. Lift up. Right? And if this feels like too much, so my arms are about parallel, take your arms a little bit wider. Okay, that's okay. But we don't want to be like this, right? We don't want to slack in the hands. Lots of energy through the arms. And then you're finding this balance between super strong and then just letting the body ease into the pose. See if you can find that just here. And then as we lift up, grab hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Lift up through the right side and lean over to the left. Send the right fingers off to the sides. Pull on that right hand just gently. And then pull your right shoulder back a little bit. And then you're trying to send your ribs and your hips over to the right side. So a lot of space in that right side all the way from the ribs down into the hip. Feel that out. And then come back up through the center, lift up through the arms, and then switch. So you're going to grab hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Lift up through the left side, lean over to the right. Send the left arm over, gently pull with the right hand, roll the left shoulder back, look up underneath the arm, and then push the ribs and the hips gently towards the left side of the room. Right, try not to chuck the chin with the chin just a little bit. And then come back up to the center. Send the arms high. Feel like you're holding a block between the hands or maybe something a little bit larger if the arms are wider. Just lift up through the heart and then release the arms all the way down. And we'll do some half sun salutations. So standing at the top of the mat, we want feet about hips distance apart. And so hips distance, if you grab hold of your hip points, it's the ankles align just underneath that, right? So it's not too wide, it's not too close together, right? It's like two parallel lines right from the hips. And so we're aligning here with feet hips distance apart, shoulders back. Let's just take an inhale here and an exhale together. So we're trying to move with breath as best we can. Inhale, lift the arms up, touch palms if you can, and then open arms. You can soften knees as you come down, hands can come to the cans. Inhale to lift and lengthen the spine, look up, and then exhale, fold in. Maybe you straighten out the legs, maybe you keep the knees soft. And then root down to the feet, soften the knees, reach the arms all the way out and up, stand tall, touch palm, exhale, arms down. 4 more rounds, just like that. Move with breath, inhale, arms up. Exhale, open arms and fold. Inhale to lift the spine, look up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Soften knees, root into the feet, sweep the arms all the way up as you inhale, touching palms, gazing up. Exhale, arms come down, crown of the head lifts. Inhale, sweep arms high. Exhale, open arms and fold. Inhale, straighten out through the arms, look forward. Exhale, fold in, maybe the legs start to straighten. Soften knees, root down. Inhale, come all the way up, touch palms, gaze up. Exhale, arms down. 2 more rounds. Inhale, lift arms. Exhale, open arms and fold. Inhale to straighten the arms, look forward, and start to straighten the legs. Exhale, fold. Knees can stay supple. Soften knees, root down. Inhale, come all the way up. Lift high, touch palms. Exhale, arms down. And 1 more round. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold in. And inhale, root down to the legs. Come all the way up, touch palms. And exhale, release the arms down. Good, so let's build a warrior 1 here, right? The warrior poses are great for the legs, strengthening the quads, right? Stretching the back of the leg on the back leg. So we'll inhale, lift up. Exhale, open arms and fold in. Okay. So hands are to the ground, look up, and then you're going to step your left foot back. Okay, so you're in this runner's lunge, walk your cans back. Look at your left foot. I want you to step your left foot over to the left just a little bit, and then spin the back heel down. Okay? Rooting down through that left heel. Climb up on top of the right leg. Okay? Knee doesn't have to be that bent, but we want to make sure the shin is parallel to whatever front wall that you have there. Hands come to waist, and then just gently pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. It's an energetic squaring of the hips, right? My left hip is still pretty open here. That's okay. Push down firmly into the feet. Push down through that right foot. Push down through the left heel. Feel that stretch in the back of the calf. And then add the arms and sweep them high. Okay? So want to work towards getting arms parallel. That might not be for you today. They can come a little bit wider. Okay? And then we're going to breathe just like this. So on the inhale, you're going to straighten the right leg. Take the arms down. And on the inhale, you're going to bend to the knee and lift the arms high. 4 more times just like that. Inhale, straighten. And move slowly so the strength of that right leg really starts to happen. Exhale down. Or sorry, inhale down. Exhale, straighten the leg, arms down. Inhale, come right back in. Inhale to exhale, exhale to straighten the leg. Inhale, we bend in, lift the arms, lift the heart. Last time, exhale, straighten the leg, arms come down, and inhale to bend it. Stay here for about 5 breaths. Push down through that right heel, pull the right hip back, lift up through the heart. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3. Keep rooting through that back heel. 2, and 1. Hands are going to come down to those cans. Walk them forward so you can step the left foot forward and soften the knees, hang into the legs. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. Let's actually take hands and release them behind the head and just gently pull ourselves in. And then hands come down. Step your right foot back. And so you're going to walk those cans back. Step the right foot off to the right just a little bit, and then you're going to spin that right heel down. Bending into the left knee, climb up on top of the left leg. Okay, so your shin is parallel to the front wall. Okay? Leg doesn't have to be that bent, right? It doesn't have to be that deep. Grab over your hips, working the right hip forward, left hip back, lift up through the heart. Push down firmly in the feet. That's the foundation of the pose. Add the arms and sweep them high. So we find it, and then we're going to move with breath. Take an inhale here. Exhale, slowly straighten your legs, arms come down. Inhale, bend in. Shin stays parallel to the front edge of the room. Exhale, straighten the leg, release the arms. Inhale, sweep arms high. Exhale, straighten the leg, arms come down. Two more, inhale, come up. Exhale, straighten the leg, arms down. Last time, inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg. And this time we'll pull. So we inhale to bend the knee. Lift up through the arms, push down through that back heel. Send that left hip back, the right hip forward. Breathe here. Energy through the hands so we're not limp in the upper body. Breathe here for 3. 2, so you can find that drawing back of the belly. And 1, exhale, hands come to the mat. And let's step forward to the top of the mat. And soften the knees, shake it out. Rock it out, let's grab hold behind the head. Right? Interlace the fingers, let the chin come down towards the chest. So grounding through the hands, let's look forward. Soften the knees, stepping the left foot back. Walk the hands back. It's coming right back into warrior 1. So you're going to ground your back foot. So step the left foot off to the side a little bit. Spin your back heel down. Bend into the right knee, shin parallel to that front wall. Climb up on top of the right leg. Back into warrior 1. Lift the arms. So this is going to be the foundation to get us to the next pose, which is going to be warrior 2. So we're here, take an inhale, and then you're going to open your hips. And I'm going to adjust my feet, okay? So now, my right heel, look at your right foot to your left. If you were to draw a line from your right heel to your left foot, right, the right heel would intersect, right, or that arch of the foot, right? We call it heel to arch alignment. Arms at shoulders height, reach out. Okay? And we don't have to go that deep into the leg. Energy through the hands. Gazing past the front fingers. It's a specific gaze point for this pose. So we turn the head. This time we're going to inhale to straighten the right leg, let the arms come down. And on the exhale, we're going to bend into the knee with the arms. Inhale, straighten the leg, arms come down, moving slowly so the quads work. Exhale, bend in, reach arms wide. Inhale to straighten the leg, look forward. Exhale to bend in. 2 more, just like that. Inhale to straighten the leg. Exhale to bend in. Inhale to straighten the leg. Remember that shin stays parallel to the front edge of the room. Exhale to bend in. Okay, stay here for a moment. Hug your right hip underneath the body. See if you can find that. If you can feel that, reach wide. Energy through the hands. Keep the ribs lifted. Take an inhale. And that's it. Hands come down, framing the right foot. And you're going to step that left foot to the top of the mat. Adjust the feet. You can shake out the legs. Hang in. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. And then inhale to look forward. Soften the knees. Hands are down. Stepping that right foot back. Right foot goes off to the side, off to the right a little bit. And then you're going to spin the heel down. This is going to be our warrior 1 that's going to get us into warrior 2. So root down into that left foot. Come all the way up. Warrior 1. And then you're going to open the hips, open the heart. And now you're going to adjust your feet. Step it back, right? Find that adjustment of the feet. Arms come wide. And now look at your feet. The heel of your left foot should cut the arch of the back foot. See, feel that out. Make sure the shin is about parallel to the front edge of the room. Open the arms, energy through the hands, gaze past the left fingers. We find that specific focal point. And then we'll inhale to straighten the left leg, arms come down. And exhale to bend in, arms lift up. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend in, reach arms wide. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend in, arms go wide. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, arms wide, bend in. And last time, inhale to straighten the leg. And this time we'll bend in. And gaze past the left fingers, reach out. 3. Keep hugging that left hip underneath the body, widen through the hips. 2. And 1. Hands come down, frame that left foot, spin off the back heel, and step forward to the top of the mat. Shake out the legs if you need to. Let's come into a nice deep forward fold here. So inhale to lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold in. Head relaxes down, weight shifts towards the balls of the feet. If you don't need the hands, bring the hands to the floor, no big deal. Right? Find what works for your body. If you do need the hands, use them. Right? No big deal. Put a slight bend in the knees now, root down to the feet, and sweep the arms all the way out and up, touching palms, and exhale, release the arms, good. So before we come down to the floor, okay, we're going to do one of my favorite stretches. You're going to take your blanket, and you're going to roll it up into a nice little log, and place it down, right behind your cans, right? Keep your cans on the mat or whatever you're using for blocks. Okay? You're going to want to keep those feet hips distance apart, and you're just going to bring the balls of your feet onto the blanket. Heels are on the floor, feet are about hips distance apart. Take the hands to the waist. Inhale, lift up, and on the exhale, you're going to soften your knees as you take the hands down to the cans. And then inhale to lengthen and look up. And then fold in, and then the weight's going to shift towards the balls of the feet. So the heels stay down, but the weight shifting forward, and you're going to get this really lovely long line in the back of your calf muscles. Again, just bringing the awareness to where you're feeling sensation. And then inhale to look forward, lengthen the spine, and soften the knees. You're going to step back onto hands and knees. Okay? And then let's take the hips all the way to the heels for child's pose. Okay, so hips go back, forehead comes towards the ground. Let the body rest. If it doesn't feel good to come into child's pose, maybe the knees are too bent or it doesn't feel good to get that deep of a flexion, bring a blanket behind your knees. And from here, let's come back up onto hands and knees. And then you're just going to rock to one side and send your legs out in front of you. Okay? So I'm going to turn to face you. And I'm going to use my blanket underneath my seat as we come into some seated postures to open up the legs and the hips. So again, I'm going to sit right on the edge of the blanket, right, elevating my hips a little bit. Okay? Take the legs out in front. So the first thing you're going to do is roll your right leg out to the side and then take the sole of the foot to the inside of the left leg. And if you feel like your knee is up pretty high, use your can for support so your knee doesn't feel, so your knee feels supported. Okay? So I'm going to take that can out from underneath. And then we do a little twist, right? So it's a twist, squaring the navel over the left leg, lift up through the spine, and then start to walk the hands out. So you might catch the foot, you might just have hands to the ground. I want you to consciously push your right hip down and back, and then roll your right ribs down towards your left leg. And as you fold in and breathe here, are there areas, is there tension that you're holding on to that's stopping you from getting deep into the pose or from experiencing the pose? Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. And then inhale to straighten arms, look up. And exhale, sit all the way up. From here, you're going to scoop that right leg up. And if you can, step it all the way to the outside of that left knee. Okay, and I'm going to turn to face the front of the mat just so you can see. And from here, I'm going to catch that right knee with my right hand, raise the left arm up, take a nice deep breath in, lift. And then I'm going to wrap this arm, bringing my hand towards the outside of the hip. And I'm hugging that leg in towards the body. Take the right hand behind you. Flex through the left heel. Sit up tall, inhale, and then twist. And so this twist, it is about the flexibility of the spine, right? So we want to make sure we're twisting from the upper back. We're finding that rotation of the twist. But if you're hugging that leg in tight, you start to feel stretch in the outer edge of the hip. Breathe here. Take one more inhale and exhale. Come back to center. Just hug the right knee in. And then you're going to let the right knee drop out to the side. The ankle is above the left knee. Hands come to the floor behind you. Fingers can turn out. And you're going to bend the left knee and bring the foot to the mat. From here, lift up through the heart. And as you lift up, make sure that right foot is flexed. Push that right knee away from you. So you should feel it nice and deep in the outer edge of that right hip. And so my foot is pretty close. There's not a lot of space here. Okay? If that's not for you today, right, you're here. Right? You're getting a stretch. Even here, I feel that. Right? So feel it deeper with the foot closer. But that's my body. Stay here. And then send the left leg out, send the right leg out. Give yourself a little shake and rock. Okay, and then we're going to do everything on the other side. Okay? So I took that blanket out from underneath me. Okay, grab that blanket, turn the left leg out to the side, bring the sole of the foot to the inside of the right leg. And it's a little bit of a turn, right? So we micro turn to square over the right leg. Remember, if this knee is hanging out high, you're going to use your crop underneath the leg. Right? Maybe you don't need the blanket underneath your seat. Check it out, feel out what works for you. Lift up through the heart, and then fold down over the left leg, your right leg, rolling your left ribs down towards the right knee, and consciously push the right hip down and back. So we're probably feeling it mostly in the back of the left leg, but as long as we're pushing that, in the back of the right leg. As long as you're pushing that left hip down and back, you're going to feel it in the left hip. You feel it, the stretch in the lower left back, and you're finding your edge, right? And you just approach it, you look at it, you breathe into it, okay? And we never want to push past to a place where it doesn't work for our bodies. And then inhale to look forward, exhale to sit all the way, and scoop that left leg up, step to the outside of the right knee, raising the right arm up to the sky, and then you're going to hug the knee, and that right hand is going to come around, grab hold of that thigh, and just help that leg across the midline. The left hand comes behind as a kickstand, and sit up tall on the inhale, and twist gaze past the left shoulder. And we use the breath. Inhale to sit tall, exhale to twist gaze past the left shoulder. Inhale, we sit up tall, exhale, we twist. Inhale, and exhale. One more inhale, and exhale. Come back to center. Hands can go to the opposite side. And then we're going to cross, let that knee drop out to the side. Left ankle right above the right knee. And then you're bending the right knee, take the foot to the mat. Hands can come behind you, fingers point out, okay? And we lift the chest. Flex your left foot. Okay? Lift the chest, left knee reaches away. And you're figuring out what the distance between your right heel and your glutes should be. Okay? I have a little bit of distance. Okay? You might need more. Find what works for you. Lift up. Breathe here. let's actually start with legs extended out. Then you're going to roll the legs out to the side. Take the soles of the feet together. Lift up through the spine, and then fold in. And if you have your cans, right, you might use your cans underneath your hands. You might bring, it's not wildly comfortable, but maybe the elbows there. Okay, if you can get forearms to the ground, forearms to the ground. And we're, again, checking out, feeling if we have any tension that we're holding on to. And then we want to consciously send that signal to release that tension, let go. And then walking the hands back, so we come all the way up to sit. So hug the knees in. Lie all the way down onto the back. So we're going to finish up today. You have the option of doing supported bridge. And we tried this out last week and it didn't feel so bad. Taking the cans and bringing them right on the sacrum. Okay. Starting out with feet hips distance apart. So you have that option to do that, and then you're just going to stay in that pose with the support. For everyone else, I'm going to guide you through regular bridge. And so you're going to bend your knees and take your soles of your feet to the mat. Feet are about hips distance apart. Arms are alongside the body. Root down into the feet. So the legs start to work. And then as we root down, we lift up. Push the pinky edge side of the hand into the mat. We want to push down into the feet. So the legs are doing the work to lift the hips. Feel the stretch across the front of the hips. Send the chest towards the head, the heart towards the head. Stay here for 5 more breaths. You got it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, tuck the tailbone, slowly come down vertebra by vertebra. As soon as the sacrum touches down, hug the knees in around the ribs, right? So the knees are wide. And really hold the knees down. Right, so it feels like there's some weight on the shins, dropping the knees and the thighs down towards the body. Make your way into happy baby. So now the feet lift up towards the ceiling. Knees are bent, arms to the inside of the legs, grab hold to the outside of the feet. And first we just pull down on the feet, stamp the lower back down. Breathe here, 2. And 1. Let's bring the knees back into the chest. Setting up for a final relaxation. So you can send the legs out towards the front edge of the mat, heels reach towards the corners, arms come next to the body, shoulders roll back. If you want support underneath your head, bring your blanket there. And closing eyes. And a reminder that Shavasana is the most important part of the practice. So take time here. So you can get a glimpse of that stilling of the mind. Notice the breath. Notice the heart rate. And then take one final breath in, fill up. Pause, hold at the top of the breath. And then part the lips side out. Drop in. back to the sensation of your natural breath. Begin to deepen the breath. And then find your movement, wiggle fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. And rock the head gently side to side. Take the arms up overhead. Point through the toes at the top of the mat. And inhale, stretch long. Push your seat into the mat. Stretch out through the belly. Inhale and exhale. Relax the body. Hug the knees into the chest. And slowly drift over to the right side. Stay here for a moment. Rounding your left hand, let the head hang heavy as you make your way back up to sit. Taking hands to prayer at the heart. Take a final moment to recite your prayer, mantra, or intention, or whatever's calling you to give some dedicated thought to. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through your practice today. If you do have any questions about things that we did or needing any support with your home practice, please reach out to us at info@theyogahouseNY.com. If you enjoyed the class today and have been enjoying our online offerings, please help us out and spread the love on social media, tagging us in your post. We'd be grateful. Thank you so much. We miss you. We love you. Namaste, yogis.